I never really understood the whole like joke about like, do you want to go play Operation with like a person of the opposite sex?
Oh, that was a thing? I understood Twister.
I don't know that.
But I understand.
Yeah, Twister,
Something about like, touching body parts or something.
Oh, I guess so. I would purposely hit the metal part so it makes a sound just to be mad annoying. Y'all need to stop playing that fucking game.
Like, you suck.
Damn, he's so bad at this.
Yeah. Clearly, we know what you're not going to be when you grow up.
You don't have the technology or the steady hands to pull such a procedure off.
Stuff like that.
This is a part of the first date.
We were watching Superbad last night, yo. We watching that shit.
Yeah. Put a groom to these warlocks.
Yeah.
Before this date continues, we got to play a game of Operation.
Man.
What's good, man?
Play Operation on the pod one time.
Some board game.
Yeah.
Something, yeah.
Connect 4 then.
Hungry Hippo
smoke.
There's 3 of us. Hungry Hippos is mad loud.
Yeah, exactly. Nigga, that's not your ball.
Y'all remember caroms? You guys play caroms growing up?
Caroms.
Some people, you either know it and love it, or you had no idea what it is.
I don't know. No, I have no idea what that is.
Oh man, carom was like pool to some degree.
Yep.
Yeah.
There was different games
with the flat like chip, but it was like
and it looked like a checkerboard.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
But there was like a maze.
Yeah.
But
there was different versions. There was like a golf course.
Yeah.
Like it was after school shit. Like if you want to just shut some kids up, just bring out the carom boards. That game, I used to look forward to that. And that, yeah. All right, episode 88, MikiDZ
88
podcast. I did have to think about it.
You paused. I'm glad you took your time though.
Yeah, I took your time with it.
Ocho.
Good follow through.
Ocho, that works too.
Ocho, 88.
Yeah, man. And we are finally home. Well, I guess we've been home for a while, but
been home, baby.
But what happened? Joechella was a success.
Indeed, man. Had a good time. Good time. Man.
Yeah, the games on the second day were pretty fun.
Man, I'm mad I didn't get to stay for the end of that.
Oh yeah, we started the game.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Like 3 or 4 of the games.
You still got like second to last on a couple of them, actually.
Did I?
Yeah.
Even though I wasn't present?
Right.
Damn, who's that bad?
Because Tim took his measly 2 points in basketball. He didn't want to bother.
Tim said, I don't even want to try. After he threw the ball over the wall, he was like, I'll take the 2. I'm like, well, Rel gets the 3.
Fuck it. I probably would have got that anyway. So.
Yeah. But we're back. Rel, before we continue, can you please get that door? I don't want to have Sean get up.
While he does that, though,
Yeah.
can we talk about let's talk about this game? So, because we're going to leave people a little bit out of the loop because it was a lot of fun. It was a multi-sport tournament that we had with all the groomsmen and friends, and we did putt. We did basketball.
Getting the golf ball, throwing the golf ball from the pool closest to the hole.
Yeah, that was a completely made up game.
Completely made up.
Holding your breath.
That I ended up winning.
Yeah, did you? You got 10?
Yeah, you did.
You got 10 points on that?
on the throwing the golf ball.
Yeah, you got that.
Yeah, much better than
he went last though. He was able to be like, okay, y'all watch everybody's mistakes. I know what to do and what not to do.
Yeah.
But and then holding our breath.
No, I got second.
Your cousin won that one, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Mike won that.
And then
goddamn runners.
And then there was around the world.
The basketball. There was pool.
There was pool. Yep.
How'd y'all play pool?
3 balls, however many shots, like golf.
4 balls.
4 balls.
Okay.
4 balls. And then least amount of strokes.
Yeah.
Got you. So like
the opposite of how you usually play other games.
And ping pong was just the most surprising and just probably the most fun because the way we set it up was if you're in basically 2 and out, one and done, right?
Double elimination. And so I thought it would be fair to have the leaders go first to make it fair to give the guys at the bottom a chance to win. Right.
So
So if you're 1 and 2 on the leaderboard, if you're out, your chances are smaller now, right?
Yeah.
And when number 5 comes around, he still has a good chance, at the end. So when I won the first 2, Andy got up and he just mopped us up. He won, what was that, like 14 straight? No one beat. I came close.
I
came to the hair of the freaking board of Well, I lost because it skinned the hair of the board.
That was the most
Mickey walked in on
devastating
that. He's
loss.
like, was that the game-winning point? It was like 0.9.
It was like the worst way to lose that.
Yeah.
Like,
And all I can do is watch it because you can't prepare.
you
I mean,
can't respond.
I guess I could have had my paddle up just in case, but
No.
no, you just want to watch it, right?
can't
And then-
respond to that.
You can't. No way.
Damn.
Because you're thinking that's going out.
And then he just kind of destroyed everybody else after that.
Yep.
Yeah,
Andy's
Andy.
nice.
Andy came out of nowhere, bro. Like
Out
that's
of-
not.
And then later on, he says, "Yeah, I never played that good before. I'm playing out of my ass." I was like, this. So I said, "You know what? Fuck that. You win the tournament, right? But we're going up to 21 because we were going up to 11."
He was like, no, we finishing
I said,
this
after
shit.
I played DJ up to 21, I beat him. I started yelling, "Bring me Andy! I want Andy!" So he walked in there. I beat him. And then I lost to DJ. So it's just an ongoing cycle
circle.
of everybody beating each other.
Damn.
Yeah, that was
Ping
pretty
pong
epic of Andy too, because that did end up being the last. Oh, yeah, we did darts right before that, I think, and then but
Oh, yeah.
I got the only bullseye, but it didn't count because I didn't want to be that person. So moving forward.
well, yeah, because you wanted 3 practice shots and we all took one.
that was 3
That was aggressive.
3. I remember you doing 3.
If that's how we take it. All right, fine, whatever. All right.
Anyway,
Oh, man.
We're on
Who-
camera.
Who won overall?
our story goes.
Andy.
No, so then Andy with
Oh.
that 10-pointer eclipsed Eric
Yeah.
by
we got
1
Eric.
point, won the
Damn.
entire tournament
Andy
on that
was
last
floating
game.
around number 4 or 5 in the
For a
rankings.
minute, yeah.
Yeah,
And that
And
that
he
last
came back
game.
with that one.
Good for Andy.
But I love that it was set up that way. It really gave everybody a chance.
No,
I thought
no.
that was
Who
fair.
came in last? Tim?
No me.
You.
I think I wasn't present.
Probably 2.
Actually, no.
You said you?
Sean at some
Sean.
point started to decide, okay, I just want to be last.
I was lit, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, ping pong's fun, right?
It was.
Sean's like, we need to do this more
I
often.
text Andy. I'm getting a table. It's not a game.
Nah, long days and nights of playing ping pong when we were kids, man. DJ had a table, I had a table. Mike and Andy had a table. His dad was big on it.
Yeah,
Long days and nights.
My
playing
uncle
ping
still has his table. They go hard.
Damn.
So, you know,
Yeah.
the table tennis is not a game.
It's not a game.
Yeah.
Ping pong.
Yeah, that was a fun time.
pong. But moving on from that, we had a couple birthdays.
Yeah.
Sean, myself, I was on the 18th. Sean was on the 19th. Sean, what'd you get into, man?
Me and Rel just got drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you doubled up the next day because it was 420.
Oh, man, come on. It's
Man,
everybody's birthday. It's everybody's
Yo,
birthday.
we had to go to the gym first.
Yeah.
Then we got high. Then we got high. So I was just like, nah, we go to the gym.
Responsible.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Get it
Yeah,
out.
after his birthday, I was like, bro.
Balance.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
man.
What'd
What'd you do on your birthday?
I went to a spot in Santa Monica called FIA, spelled FIA. It was
Just you and
really
Sam?
dope. Yeah, just Sam and myself. We actually saw it on the Los Angeles Bucket List Instagram account, and it's like eating in a garden.
Oh, dope.
It was dope.
You said Santa
Outdoor-
Monica?
Santa Monica, yeah. There's they got fire pits around, and you're just kind of in a tented garden. Like everything is green. It was the atmosphere was incredible, and when the sun went down, it was good. And the food was good. I give it a B plus, A minus. Some things were a little salty, but
What kind of food?
shit,
bit of everything?
scallops, lobster, shrimp.
So see.
Seafood.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and then the dessert, of course.
Nice.
Yeah, we saw the dessert.
Dessert was fire, right? Well, one of them was on fire.
Literally on
And the
fire.
other one's called a Moose Cascade. It was dope. You know, and then we had brunch somewhere. And I want to ask you guys, let me know if I'm wrong here because the situation happened. We went to Cece's. If you live in the Valley, you should know about Cece's in Tarzana. Fire breakfast. Incredible pancakes. Always a line. We spent your birthday and Sam's birthday there last year.
It was last year or 2 years ago?
Last year. It was
Last
right
year.
before COVID.
You're right. It
Yeah.
was last year.
So Sam and myself and my roommate Maya are in line, and it's like you go to the register to put your order in, and then you find a table. Okay, so it's a little different, but there's more than enough time to get a table as your food's being prepared. So there was a couple or a group of 3 behind us, 2 girls and 1 guy, and the girl, and I noticed there's 1 table available inside. And I'm thinking, oh, we might want that table for whatever reason. I had a reason why we may want it, but so I'm thinking, all right, maybe we'll get that. And then as I'm thinking that, the girl behind me reaches out with her bag and puts it on the table. And I thought, okay. The that's gonna have to move if we're gonna want to sit there.
Why?
One way or another.
She found it. Finders keepers.
This is where it gets interesting.
Okay.
I put my order in, and the lady says you can choose to sit wherever you want to sit. I said, cool. I put our bag with the number on it because they give you a bag with all your utensils and whatever, and has a number 115. I said, right there. I'm gonna put my bag there because we're gonna want to sit there. And the guy, and I'm starting to walk away like it's no big deal. And the guy's like, hey, no, we got that. I was like, yeah, but I was ahead of you. If anything, I should be given the option to sit where I want to sit first. That's what makes sense in my head. And so then he started arguing with me. I was like, no, man, you can't just come in here and pick whatever table you want out of order. And he's like, you know what, just take it. And I was like, you're damn right I'm gonna take it. What the fuck? So then Sam says, let's go sit outside. There's that table just open. I was like, okay, cool. So I grabbed the bag and I left. Now, am I wrong for arguing with him? Because my logic is I'm ahead of you. I get to take whatever table I want that's available.
I see your logic, and I agree. I think restaurants need to make that a policy, because I've done what the guy done before. If there's a group of us, let's say,
we did that on my birthday. Yeah.
No, well, we didn't do that on your birthday because the thing opened up. The table opened up. But I was thinking about doing that, and I was like, yo, there's 4 of us here. If my wife and I are here, Sean and his fiance are there, and I go, babe, this is what I want, I'm gonna go grab the table.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and now I can do that if I do that while someone else is waiting in front of us to order, and they maybe have 3 or 4 people.
How do I know they're not getting it to go?
Listen.
You know what I'm saying? So, I don't think that you're wrong, and I think that...
I'm fine with... I don't care. I'm fine with being wrong, but I thought it's an interesting conversation because there's no rules written down.
That's what I'm saying. So, because there's no rules...
But if someone would have said, yo, I was ahead of you, I want that table where you put your stuff, would you guys have obliged and be like, all right, that's cool. You can have it?
Listen.
Probably not, right?
Because I'm about to be like, well, you should do the same thing. If you have more than one... If you have 4 people in your party and they all 4 standing there, like, you should have did why didn't you do what we did? You saw the table, have someone be like, yo, can you get me, or...
Well, here's the thing. No one's allowed to go in and do anything until you put your order in.
Who says that?
Oh, that's the restaurant rules. That's what I'm saying. The restaurant rules. A lot of
everyone has to stand in a line. You can't run in and sit at a table while your boy is waiting in line.
Some restaurants have
that. Says that.
Yeah, it says there's rules. It says stay in line.
If that's the case,
if there's a sign that says that,
okay,
then you're right.
Right now, am I petty because he's still in line, but the table's right there and literally just an arm reach?
Here's my stance. The Mighty Ducks once quoted.
Right. Go on. No,
you got to make the first move, Conway.
Hey.
Okay.
And if if you're there with someone else, usually you're in tune with your significant other on what you want to eat, right? And you understand that there's one table. If I'm walking into a restaurant, there's one table. Yo, I'm telling you. Yeah, exactly. Somebody go get it. Exactly. We're all playing a role here. Yeah. Let me know what you want. I got you.
Little do you know, you got Iceland behind you trying to come up with this.
Exactly.
Triple D.
Now they've been studying that shit. They know your moves.
Look, I'm just saying that would be that's how I would approach it.
Yeah.
And I mean, are you petty? No, but I don't know. There's you get off the unwritten rules. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If there's no rules, my man got it. Yeah. But like you said, you was in the right because there was a rule. Yo, you can't hold the table until you order food. So in that sense, whoever's up front has first dibs on whatever tables are available.
Did you tell dude after, like, hey, yo, my bad, you can sit there. I'm gonna go sit outside.
No, it was clear. I'm taking my shit. You got it. We got I don't need to be your buddy. It's cool. Like, you got it. I'm gonna go outside.
Was it a Hispanic dude?
Nah, it was an Asian cat.
Oh.
Yeah. Nah, he's got it. It's cool.
Oh, man,
no big deal.
Rules of the restaurant.
We have to fight another day.
Yeah, hey, everyone got their pancakes. Everyone shut the fuck up once they got their pancakes.
I wonder if the conversation would have been different had you already ate. Right.
Like last night?
Like that's what you were saying.
Like last night you were hungry?
Did that affect you?
It could have, because I don't eat my first meal until like 12.
Noon, right?
Yeah, so.
Nigga, you crazy. I'll be dying by then.
I used to think that's
why Joe woke up, felt dangerous.
I know it's possible because I've done it before, but not on purpose.
Joe's dangerous.
Yeah, you don't want to fuck with me before. You don't fuck with anyone before if they haven't eaten since 12. That's a human thing.
I'm dead.
But moving on, Sam listened to the podcast, the one where we were talking about prepping me, last podcast, prepping me on.
Yeah, she texted me banging on me.
She texted both of you? Both of you caught one?
Yeah, she texted me banging on me.
I didn't catch one. She shitted on you, actually.
Well,
she said you lied on her name.
She said, she texted me and she was like, oh, so we snitching now? I said, what? I said, what are we talking about? I said, what did I say? She said, you know what you said. I said, no, I'm dead ass. I don't know what I said. I was pretty lit. So I was like, what did I say? And she was like, you telling Joe's family that I'm a piehead. She was like, damn, you could at least said I was a stoner or whatever. And I was like, well, Joe said it first. And she was like, well, no, you said it.
She watched it. She's like, no, I'm watching it.
That's what she said. She was like, no, I'm watching it. You said it first. She was like, you said it first. I'm watching it. And I said, okay, I get that. Yeah. If you were watching
she's got a timestamp.
But I was like, you don't know what was said off camera, but when the camera wasn't turned on, and she was like, okay, wet and off. I was like, nah, chill, man. We trying to turn up. We invested too much into this. Let's go. Shit.
What did she say to you, Sean?
No, she just said happy birthday, and she said that you lied on her. But she didn't say what it was.
About you not liking her? I mean, that she not liking you.
Yeah, I think you got the story a little misconstrued.
No, that's what she told me.
I believe it.
That's what she told me.
She tried to say it.
It's all love.
Happy birthday. Yeah, of course.
She was telling me all this. I said, you know it's his birthday today, right? Like, you did wish him happy birthday.
First, before you
come out swinging on him. Give the man a break one day.
Oh yeah, happy birthday.
Street sweeper on him.
Sounds like I made it out clean out of this one.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't get no messages.
I was like, damn.
You didn't put yourself in a compromising position. And moving on from that, Mickey's wearing he's got the DJcity hoodie on, 001 collection.
Yeah.
And can we get a little teaser on the next one?
So we're coming out with another version of the like basic essentials. Yeah, design this time in a short sleeve t-shirt in a couple different colorways, and then we have 2 other graphic shirts actually that we're gonna drop along with them. Can I tease them? I haven't even sent them out yet, to be honest with you. So they're not approved yet, but we do have something coming out. We just wanted to wait for everyone to make sure everybody got their shit.
Got you.
Sure.
I still have your samples bagged up, so
which was mailed out early April.
Yes.
I think I got my tea 2 weeks ago.
So it's funny. I'm not going to name this person because it's going to be embarrassing.
Do it. We can bleep it out.
No.
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 The bleep does make it more interesting, though. It makes you wonder because you try to catch the rhythm of every saying it. Ooh, was it this guy? Was it that? Phenom, Quickie, Asher. How many syllables is Asher? Asher.
It's not fun. It's not.
Styles Davis. That sounded like 3 syllables.
So, like, everybody here knows what a chargeback is, right?
Chargeback, correct.
Okay.
Right. Yes.
Okay, so we're all aware. So, like, if I don't know, I bought something in Japan once, like a $2,000 toy, and the shit never showed up.
Yeah.
And I'm patient. Like, I gave it a month. I gave it a month and a half. Around 2 months, I'm starting to be like, yo,
shit,
customer service.
After 2 weeks.
And then I'm like, all right, like, yo, I got to place a chargeback. Like, I hate doing chargebacks because we've experienced them at
it's
Mag
a pain in the ass, right?
and pain in the butt. Yeah. And then here's the problem too is like, even if a customer, let's say Joe said like, oh, I didn't get my stuff. And he's like, so I'm gonna place a chargeback. Well, regardless if he just didn't see the tracking number or it showed up the next day or whatever the case may be, we as a merchant, a vendor still get charged a chargeback fee. Our case is normally $15. So I say all of that because we got a chargeback at DJcity. And I was like, everybody who bought this is like someone we probably know. No. I saw the email and it was somebody I knew personally. And I go, hey, bro, what's wrong with you?
You didn't get your shit?
I'm like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Like, number one, you know me. Like, you got my number.
Yeah,
we talk.
You could have just texted me.
We're tight. We work together. Like, what are you doing? Like, how do you think? Like, you're a part of the ecosystem. Yeah. Like, why wouldn't you, number one, hit me?
Yeah.
Number two, send out an email. Oh, I did send an email. Bro, like, what? And I just got mad. Like, I got genuinely mad because it's like, yo, you're fucking up the money, like, kind of deal. And so then I explained to him. And then when I said that, which was almost immediately to when I got the email about the chargeback, which to his defense could happen. It might take a day for the card to communicate that over to Shopify. Mm-hmm. But
wait. To be clear, the chargeback, the $15 goes to Shopify or the individual?
That's a good question. It might happen. It might just be a fee from the bank to Shopify, because anytime there's a interchange of money, the card, there's a fee for the card to be ran. Yeah. And so I'm assuming that the fee is to basically discipline you from having, because there's people who purposely take in money and don't ship shit out.
Yeah.
So that happens. So what's the discipline? All right, you do that more than X amount of times, that's just going to add up, and they take the money back until it's cleared. So anyway, long story short, I wasn't worried about the money because I know we shipped the stuff and we can fight the claim. Yeah. What I'm mad at is we got charged $15 because somebody didn't want to hit us up directly. Yeah. Now, we got a podcast. I got a platform. I'm going to talk about it. I'm not going to say your name.
Talk about it.
But, yo, like, I was like, what is wrong with you? And then you know what his response was? Oh, man, I just got the tracking.
It just came through.
And let me explain this part. So, like, for those that did order the DJ City merch, number one, I know you're comfortable as shit in it, okay? I know you are. We picked some good garments. We picked some good garments. I know that. So you're going to be happy once it arrives. But number two, it's a pre-order, right? So we didn't make any extras. Literally, Rel is getting to keep the goods that he modeled, right? So there's no like extra cut. Not a single person on staff got a free piece of merchandise. I know a lot of people were waiting for that. Sorry,
not happening.
Didn't exist. So with that being said, on the pre-order, we estimated, I think 4 to 6 weeks, and I think we put a specific week that we were shipping everything out. Mm-hmm. And keep in mind, there's a keyword there that says start shipping. So depending on how many orders we got, it would take us, I would say, a week or two to get everything fulfilled. So we got the reason I bring it up is because the chargeback got fulfilled literally the week that we're supposed to start shipping everything out. And it's like, yo, fam, like, just because you haven't gotten it doesn't mean it's not coming.
Yeah.
And so anyway, we're proud of how everything came through. Everybody's stuff has gotten delivered.
Dope.
We have one singular delay with our mask production. Mm-hmm. And so they're all handmade. So unfortunately, the hands that make them has been tied up. But they're finally being produced this week and being sent out. So
nice. Yeah.
But that's part of like logistics and operations. We're dealing with it.
I saw a Phenom in he's in Dallas right now doing the link up.
Yep.
I saw a couple of the guys out there wearing some of the merch.
Yeah. No, we appreciate the support. We're excited. I think the next couple designs will really take us to more of like a graphic place where it's like not screaming, in the same situation. So
yeah,
we're excited. And I think a lot of people have FOMO.
That's good. Yeah. I'm keeping my shirt in my little Ziploc that it came in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to touch that. I'm going to have some fun with it and hope one day it's worth
resells.
No, I probably won't resell it. But yeah, I like bringing out stuff like that years later. And it's like, where'd you get that? Like, oh man, this is like 2 years old.
Shit.
Yeah.
You just busted out.
You wearing old season shit instead of next season shit. I see what you're doing there.
Yeah, man. Mm-hmm. You got to flip it on them. Mm-hmm. And during the Joechella, Miki had a surge of hats going bonkers over here at Mag Park. What's going on with this hat game, Miki?
So I have an account with New Era, and I've been working with them for a long time. Shout out to my guy Marco Gomez at New Era. This is what's funny. I'll just tell the story real quick. But like, he used to work at Mitchell and S, the Verzuz, and a lot of people tend to like either one. It's like Coke and Pepsi, and he got an opportunity to work with New Era, and by default in our relationship, like New Era is not a easy door to crack open.
I can't imagine.
To get an account. And so a couple years ago when he moved, he said, yo, like, obviously I like working with you. Like, do you want to do some stuff over here? So let's do it. Didn't think about it. We made it happen. And then he started telling me about this program where you could design your own colorways, your own materials, your own logos, whatever.
Dope.
And so we made a couple things, had a couple good hits with like Dodgers and like the first World Series patch. And then I discovered the movement that started out of New York. Shout out to Hat Club. I think they're the pioneers of this new evolution. And there's this guy, Pink Bottom Just, that did a pink bottom new era cap in dedication to, I believe, his friend's mom or his aunt that had breast cancer. And so they just put it out. And it became this thing to like style hats with like different colors, different palettes. And so, inspired by that movement, I decided to do something that tells a story that correlates with Mag. We did it with the Dodger hat, and then it took off. And then we sold, I think, 300 units in like 10 minutes when the Dodgers won the World Series.
Yeah.
And so that's probably the largest amount of traction we've seen in our website as far as like a short amount of time.
Yeah.
And then so I brought them back out on a restock, or actually on a pre-order, which again, like, it's just beneficial, so everybody gets a chance. Mm-hmm. And we did really well. And then I just capped it, no pun intended, but like I just ended how many you could purchase, and we felt like we did really well. And then some drama happened where another shop copied our hat, and they basically ordered our hat and then promoted it like it's theirs or it's exclusive or whatever. But where it rubbed
Ted Jones there.
Yeah. So where they rubbed me the wrong way was
Ted Smooth, excuse me.
Ted Smooth.
I was about to say Ted Jones.
Ted Jones.
I'll just keep it moving.
And so what rubbed me the wrong way is these guys were selling the hat for $65. So we were selling it for $50.
Jeez.
And we know the margins. And so it just kind of rubbed me the wrong way that these guys were really taking advantage of the people, because my hat was selling for anywhere from $150 to $200 on Grailed and eBay. And so, which is...
Yeah, I saw the resale.
So which is super like humbling. It's dope to see like people understanding what I was going for. And then, so I said, you know what, let's give the people an opportunity. And so we were at the bachelor party, and I was just chilling in the jacuzzi, and somebody sends me a message, and they're like, yo, like so-and-so is doing this, and they're going to put it up for a pre-order. Oh, by the way, they're charging $75 a hat. I'm like, yo, what? So I said, forget it.
And that's retail.
That's their retail, but their cost is the same as my cost.
Yeah.
Right. And in a pre-order, it takes 3 months to get something produced from New Era and for it to arrive.
No matter the amount, the quantity?
It's up to you. Gotcha. So like New Era offers a certain upcharge per hat if you want it shipped via airplane. So it's boating or airplane, right? And so because of the ports have been tied up and all that stuff, that's created a lot of delays. So normally it would take a hat to get back to you after you ordered it 3 to 4 or 5 months. And so, but you can get it back in 5 to 6 weeks if you pay this fee. Mm-hmm. So in not retaliation, in just like looking out for the community, I made a quick post, literally singular post, not many details, just, yo, 6 o'clock, we're going live. And we're going to offer all these hats, these 3 colorways. And we went live at 6 o'clock that day. And like, I can't really, I guess I don't really want to say what numbers we did, but like,
they were good.
They were great. Like
above and beyond what you expected. Like
we sold more hats in the first hour that day than we did the entire year.
Jesus.
Damn.
And I would say in the first 5 minutes, we sold more hats than we had sold the last like month and a half, 2 months. Mm-hmm. So like people were waiting. And because the sooner you order, the earlier you get the product. And so what I did was to make sense of the whole like production thing, they were offering a $75 pre-order that would arrive in August. So then I said, I'm not going to upcharge anything. I'm going to keep it the same price, and I'm going to cover the fee so that your hat arrives in a month and a half instead of 3 months, 4 months. And so I think people understood that. Number one,
were they aware that you were doing it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I'm the originator of the hat.
Yeah.
And this might be too much detail that I might not come across all the way, but I'm working with I'm a founder of a company. I haven't really talked about this, but of a company called Slip. You guys can go look them up on Instagram, Get Slip, SLIIP. And basically, we're creating digital pink slips for any products that we sell. So we're partnering with different retailers. Mag Park is going to be the first retailer. And basically, anything that comes from Mag Park is going to have a digital pink slip of certification and an NFT that correlates with the hat. So when you purchase our hat, it has a different value and a different registration than any other hat that's bought anywhere else.
So it'd be similar to having like a serial number on it.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
You will have an individual serialized number of a like card of our hat.
Yeah.
And so that's something that we're still very early staged on. But what's great about that is if you have a receipt, all you need is that picture of the receipt and you'll be given a serialized number for that hat. And we know every single person that ever purchased a hat on our back end. So we'll be able to send that out. And then now our hat is like verified. Yeah. And then second stage of that is we're going to have a applicable technology that's going to be invisible that you can scan with the phone to verify its authenticity. So how StockX has a tag, we're going to start with a tag and a QR code. And on the QR code, the actual ink that prints on the QR code is scannable by a phone, and it'll verify whether it's real or not. So if somebody were to make a QR code that's exact to that hat, it won't scan because the ink is a technology. And so now furthest final product is an invisible application that will exist on every hat.
Yeah.
So this might be a lot for now, but that's where we're headed.
Hey, man.
Jim, well, hats off to you.
The future. Let's see what you did.
Yeah. So, and we're cooking up. You know, the one thing that's trippy is like, that I will say is like, we did those numbers, and that's just the first day. Like, we did it for 3 days. So we're good. We're good over here.
Good for a while.
Changed our lives.
Nice.
And what's dope is about that, and when I was telling the fellas is like, we only did a Dodgers hat.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy. And
what would be the next popular hat? Yankees?
I would consider the Yankees to be the next popular hat.
Not Boston? Boston over Yankees?
Shut up, Joe. Shut up. It's just me.
So I would say,
I
would say the Yankees, but I would definitely say the Diamondbacks.
Diamondbacks, I think they go crazy. Seattle goes crazy.
I like that Seattle S.
White Sox, obviously.
White Sox, yeah, all the staple gang.
Yeah, all the gang shit. Pittsburgh.
Damn it.
Wearing none of them hats.
Nope. But certain colors. But I would say the Diamondbacks, Big D with the snake, pause, major.
The White Sox have had quite a run in being
Toronto
gang
Blue
affiliated.
Jays.
Toronto Blue Jays.
It's a fire logo.
Yo, that logo crazy.
Yeah.
I got a couple Blue Jay hats.
Yeah, the Cubs have some really great logos too.
Yeah, I missed out on the Cub release that I wanted.
Yeah.
It just sold out fast.
Yeah, so now like honestly, like there's a lot of time going into like I've had to hire on people to like work on hat concepts that I have coming out. So I have a couple things already in the works for the next release. Actually texting my guy Marco from New Era right now to try and hit the deadline this week. But we got some really dope stories to tell.
Yeah, man. Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Hat Park.
Mag Hat Park.
Cat
We're
Park.
going to be like
Cat
IHOP
Park.
changing their name.
Yep.
Changing their name to Hat Park.
IHOB.
What was it called? What's
IHOB.
IHOB?
International House of Burgers.
Burgers. Yeah.
To keep up.
That's not good.
It was bad, but everybody got attention.
Yeah.
They just got a little bit of attention that they needed. And
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
Moving on to DJing, we want to give a big shout out to Marco Penta.
Penta.
Yeah.
He did something. He first of all, he went above and beyond, and he did something that no other globalization DJ has done.
Changed the game.
He did change the game. He brought two worlds together. So his show his set along with MikiWAR aired last Tuesday, and he streamed it live from his Twitch channel. And he had his regulars in there showing love and just talking to them while the mix is playing. And we were like, man, what a great idea. And even prior to that, what also I got to give him flowers for, he created his own video flyer for it. He asked us for the logo. We did our part with the flyer per usual. And he just went above and beyond everything. And he told me that he really appreciated the opportunity because to our conversation a week or two ago, or a couple weeks ago about globalization, glowing up and getting out of the, for lack of a better word, stigma of being a Latin station.
Right.
Now more everything, pop, hip hop, everything. And people are paying attention to that station more than ever. It's the most listened to station on Sirius XM. And you kind of have a little bit of weight behind your name when you can say you have a set on globalization, or if you have your own show, even better, right? So we thought it was incredibly dope for Marco to do that, and we appreciate that he gets it. We talked about some DJs get bookings from globalization sets. That's nothing that we promise to anybody, but it does happen. I think it also comes down to how well you promote it, because it's not, again, millions of people are listening as opposed to whatever you post on your Mixcloud, right, or your SoundCloud,
right,
where it might be hundreds or thousands. So
allegedly
wider, right, right. No. As long as I don't put a number on it,
okay.
I can generalize, but allegedly, but yeah. So shout out to him. Hopefully we get that kind of love and attention from our future guests. Not asking for it, but it's completely.
I mean, it does more for the guests.
It does more for everybody.
I mean, for everybody, but it does wonders for the guests when they promote it like that. And again, with anything, you get what you put in. You get from it what you put into it.
Yeah,
so, I think Marco is he did a good job, and I'm sure people are definitely listening to his joint.
I never understood why guys don't make, even let's say globalization is nothing but an opportunity to post a mix. Why don't guys still make a big deal about their opportunity to post and make a big deal about something? Some of the bookings we get ain't shit, but we're gonna treat it like it's the best booking in the world and you're missing out and I'm special because I got it and you didn't. We're gonna do that. Why wouldn't you do that with a set like a global, like you would do on globalization or like you have on globalization? Why wouldn't you want to make a big deal about that? And some guys haven't. And then there's Marco. So it's just dope.
It reminds me of the Power 106 jump off mix. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you behind the scenes, it wasn't that hard to get a jump off mix slot. You just had to know somebody that knew somebody, right?
Shout out to Nick Furr.
Yeah. And at some point, right? So like that, it really wasn't hard to get there. Obviously you had to execute, but at the same time, like if you got that look, you knew not to fumble that bag, like that opportunity. Like, yo, I'm gonna be on Power 106, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Like, Sean, give me a verse. Easy. You know what I mean? Like you put it on and you make it seem a lot larger than what it is. Because at the end of the day, like all this stuff is like happening. Like we're not doing crazy productions or going like, making an album mode. Like we're putting together a great mix that's going to make sense and be a reflection of yourself. Now market it.
And once upon a time, I don't know about you newer DJs, and by newer I mean like maybe the last 5 to 7 years. Once upon a time, when you put a mix together, it meant a lot, and you put a lot into that mix to make it special, because it was almost like a once a year thing, or maybe twice a year. So I think that's how these globalization sets should be treated by these guest DJs, because again, with the millions of listeners, you never know who's listening.
And the weekly listeners, I'll be fully transparent. The first time I quit, not only because I thought I was going to get fired by Big Size because of how late I was turning everything in, but also I was getting to the point where like I didn't feel like I was putting my all into it. You know what I mean? Like, and I remember having a conversation in Arizona with Chris Villa, and he goes, "Yo, what's up with you, man?" I was like, "What do you mean?"
Yeah,
he goes,
good.
"Yeah, I'm straight." He goes, "I tune into your globalization sets." And it just doesn't sound like you're into it. And I said, you know what? You're right. Like, you're absolutely
I'm
gonna quit tomorrow. Safe. I'm done. No, but like he called me out and it was real. And I next 2 mixes I put on my cuts and layered some shit, put an acapella, did whatever. And then I told Cypher, I was like, look, I'm out.
End on a bang.
Before, well, because those last 2 mixes ended up getting submitted 2 days before the mix was due. But anyway, it's neither here nor there.
One more thing, ending on that, or ending on this, shout out to DJ Scylla from Vegas, who's also becoming an artist. She had put out a single called DiCaprio. She reached out to me to remix it. I did, and I put it on my Globalization set. She IG Live my whole Globalization set just to hear her song. And when she heard her song, she started crying. And it meant the world to her because she loves the station. It's just one of those things where, like Sean, I know you didn't cry, but the first time you heard yourself on Power 1, did you cry?
I did cry.
Okay,
we was sitting
awesome.
in the car, we was smoking as usual, and I was just like, man, it's a big opportunity, it's a blessing.
And dope. It was Reflex or Melody, right?
Melody was first.
Melody, who is obviously
yours was
has
just on
his
a local
jersey
channel.
hanging in the DJ Hall of Fame. But yeah, Melody played Sean's track on on Power 106, and that was a big deal. So I get it when people get emotionally invested into hearing themselves on Power 106. We're talking
a legend like that playing your shit too.
That was for him to co-sign it.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy.
It's just awesome. These are the things we love to talk about and we love to hear. There's a lot of BS out there, which we're about to get into. But no, it's just awesome. So shout out to those guys. Shout out to Sela, Marco, Penta, Globalization. Real dope.
Yeah.
So speaking of the BS.
Every time you say Globalization, I want to say Sirius XM. Channel 13.
Take Channel 13. 8 p.m.
Tuesdays, 8 p.m. Tuesdays.
All right. So moving on. This. Oh, let me turn you down.
Whoa,
sorry,
let's shout out. It was Nation, right?
It was SK.
No. Who sent it to us or suggested?
Shout out DJ Nation.
DJ Nation.
He said y'all should talk about this.
He shouted out.
He said stop telling me what to do.
He sent it to each of us.
Yeah, he sent it to us individually.
He made sure we saw.
So shout out to Nation. I hit him out and said, yo, this is great. Good looking out, sending this out. So now continue.
All right. So SK did a side-by-side of him saying, yo, this DJ's faking the funk. His name is Sick Music. Sick Kick.
You got to shout out to
Sick
Q
Kick.
too. Q from Tampa.
Yeah, Q. Oh, yeah, because Q has something to say.
The first one that I saw ran. Okay, maybe not rant, but point it out.
Yeah. And if it is a rant, rightfully so.
Rightfully so.
Protecting.
He spoke for us.
Yeah. So I say guys, or I didn't say Nation, put it out there, and we all agreed that we're gonna talk about it. So, what are your thoughts on this? I think the guy has a great studio. The studio's incredible. That shit is lit. The camera's great. I guess the whole mask thing is funny. I
wonder why he wore the mask.
Well, every video is
like
because he's fake. Because every it's good marketing. I'm sure he's signed to some label or something.
Do you think he did it? My question was, is he for real, or does he purposely know that there's nothing hooked up to the mixer? There's no way from them doing it. He's doing it as he's trolling.
I think he knows how to produce or not produce, but he knows how to layer.
Yeah, his layers, his mashups were dope. I don't take anything away from that. You know what I'm saying? But to pretend like you're doing this shit live.
And again, for those that really don't know, I feel like everyone should know. But this guy brought out the S9, started hitting the pads like he had a bunch of different vocals and sounds queued up and samples, and he's hitting it like he's doing it live, like he's drumming or whatever. But he doesn't have anything plugged into this he doesn't have the USB plugged in. There's no RCA cables plugged. Nothing's plugged in to make us believe that this is
the
real.
only thing that he has plugged in. It looks like his interface is plugged into his mic on the S9. If you guys know the mic input, you can turn into line and run, I guess, a secondary kind of aux situation or session in or whatever. So you can see that. So you can see if you follow, the signal flow, that you can see that he's pumping some sort of sound through the mixer.
Sure.
But him hitting the pads is nothing. There's nothing loaded in the pads like you were mentioning because he doesn't have anything plugged into the USB, whether it's a laptop, mini controller, whatever. He doesn't have anything to add that. So that's the part that it's fake, that him doing that shit live.
So, okay, you use the word fake. So what's the difference between what he's doing and an artist lip syncing their song?
Well, I will say this. If depending on where you're hearing the artist lip sync, because if you were doing America's Got Talent and you're an artist performing, not the actual talent, but just a guest artist, they usually have you lip sync. That's what TV shows usually do. So if that's what the standards are for that, cool. But if you're like live at Coachella,
if you're on the IG
and you're lip singing
and your vocal, like I might not have the best vocals, but there's definitely a couple plugins or filters that'll help me sound better. And like, I ain't about to sing this shit. So I'm about to play those records the way they sound coming out of Ableton, and then I'm just gonna lip sync it. What's the difference between me doing that and what he's doing?
There probably is no difference.
I don't think there is any difference. I mean, I just
want to play devil's advocate.
Yeah, no, and I agree with you 100%. Like I said, my point of it is, why pretend to play it live?
Because he ain't playing for us.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and I get that 100%. Like, you know, to the untrained eye, they think that he's killing it. I looked at the comments. Everybody was like, yo, you're bodying this shit. And I was like...
Thousands of comments.
Yeah, thousands of comments.
His followers aren't us.
Stupid.
They're nothing like us.
Yeah, so. And then you know, like, let's say
they're uneducated.
Whatever, you know, every 50, 60 comments, you'll see someone point out, he's got nothing.
Crespo.
Yeah, exactly. You see him point out, you ain't got this, or this doesn't do that, or blah, 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 and then they're arguing and going back and forth. So I agree with you 100%. Like, it's no different than someone going in and being like, yo, I'm gonna lip sync this shit because I can't sing this shit live.
I just don't understand why he didn't just do like I forget the name of the equipment, but like the kid Anamorphous that does his thing on Twitter and did the record for Fat Joe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, who does all the blends.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's just triggering layers on Ableton, right? Like, he's not doing anything, but at least he's doing it live. How can you not have the skill set to at least, just change your pad, get rid of the S9, and people can respect what you're doing the most, unless he's not doing it.
Here's the thing.
That's what made me think that he was trolling. Like, he's done this shit on purpose.
He could be fucking with us, but at the same time, I also think in this world, EDM house, this is the last of the people's concern. Like going up there and dropping a fake sound. We've talked about it. Talked about, DJs, that's like the first go-to rant about
all your favorite producers doing that shit.
The mixes are pre-recorded, blah, blah, blah. This is no different. So in his world, this is normal. Like there might be guys that are at Tiesto's levels, like, yo, this dude's killing it, because that's normal to them.
I guess I get it. I understand that from both angles. I understand, like, what Mickey was saying, like, what's the difference from this and an artist lip singing? Yeah. But I also understand it from a DJ who does live, shit on the fly, or, you know what I mean? He or she can freak it on live and get down on the pads, and they understand that the time and the hard work that it took to put into something, and they see this shit and they be like, yo, what the fuck? Like, well, I get that. I'm like, but at the same time, who cares? Like, you know what I'm saying?
And we all got records to play at our live sets that we walk away for a little bit.
You know what I mean?
Who cares? But it's understand there are DJs out there that love this culture more than their own children.
Yeah, 100%.
So you're gonna hear that from them. And again, someone said, I think it was Thando, said, what do you say? Like 90% of you guys are going to open up for this guy at some point. Whatever. Most of you guys who are complaining are going to end up opening up for this guy.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So
that's just
for
what
sure
it
getting
is.
the bag.
That's just what it is, man. It's the same thing in any industry, whether it's music, whether it's DJing, whether it's fucking acting or whatever. You always got the people that you feel are less talented or skillful that are fucking skyrocketing right now and doing their thing.
My problem with
the mashup was good though.
The mashup was fire. I looked at his videos. The shit was fire.
They're good wordplay.
The shit was fire.
Just marketed better than the normal guy.
Again, I think he's trolling motherfuckers. That's just my theory.
I think where he really fucks with everybody is that after everybody goes ham on him about his USB not plugged in, all of a sudden the camera angle does not include what's going on in the back of the mixer.
Yeah.
Like now,
I don't think I got that far.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah. After the one that it got crazy, Now, all the posts after that, you can't see the USBs. Like, go to the most recent ones.
Yeah, that one.
Like, they're all cut off.
Oh, now he's got
see? He already updated to that thing now.
Where do you update to? Let me see.
The
other pad.
Oh, he's got the Ableton push.
Yeah, so now he's going to just trigger it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, he's got.
Well, we know about that too.
But see, at least you understand that versus like the argument of you talking about lip syncing.
Yeah, now you can't
I don't
talk
respect the singer lip syncing just as much as I wouldn't respect this dude doing whatever he's doing.
But I think a lip singer would still get the backlash that they would from someone who is a singer, just like we're DJs. And,
no, I agree. I'm just saying on the sense of like social media. Side, like who cares? Like you're previewing a record. Like does Roddy Ricch's voice sound so beautiful without plugins?
I don't know. I never heard him live. So I wouldn't know.
I think he does. I think he does. No shot. I like him
too. Shit.
I've heard T-Pain live.
That
was amazing.
Yeah, they talk a lot of shit on him, but no, he's nice.
Yeah, man. You know what? Again,
I was just
shout out to you, bro. Do your thing.
Let me put my step stool back.
What I think the proper step should be. I guess not the proper step. If you don't like it, don't give it attention. It's that simple. Because
we bored.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And I'm not saying us. We brought it because it was brought to our attention.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Again, it was brought to our attention. Hey, you guys should talk about this. Yeah. From the DJs, come on, man. It's faking the funk. We not about that. We about integrity when it comes to the craft and everything like that. But at the end of the day, man, you have to understand there's people who going to take shortcuts and do all this shit and work and focus more on the marketing than they do on the skills. So at the end of the day, if you don't like it, don't pay attention to it. Because now, like you said, that video went crazy.
Yeah.
That one video that everybody commented on.
That video got like 17 million views, and then the rest of them were like 4 or 7 million.
All you did was just promote this dude. Now he's like, cool, guess what?
Right.
Price is going up.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I brought this up before, but like so many DJs I could see, the same people mad at this guy are going to be the same people that are mad at that Anamorphous kid. I might be butchering his name, by the way. But like, I feel like the same people that get mad, because we can argue we all did those, like the same type of live blends back in 05, 06, 07. Wait, no. Yeah, that's when I started DJing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, it's been a while.
We old.
So we've been doing blends live and for our own remixes and edits and, pre-technology that's now available. And like, you can argue like, oh, I made a ton of blends like that. Like I'd say Styles Davis, shout out to Asher, had a ton of amazing blends that would cross different eras and genres.
Yeah.
That if he actually did them today, like, and he was younger and more like, applicable to today's like culture of who wants to follow who, like he would have a large following, you know? Because I think that's what this kid did. He just did current music with like old jams and made it work. But he's not doing anything skilled, special. No. You know what I mean? So I felt like that same guy could be bitter because they're seeing this kid win.
Yeah, 100%.
Yep. Also, I came across a TikTok dance popping off in the club.
Can you show us?
Yeah.
The ski?
No.
No, you do it.
You want me? Oh, I haven't figured it out yet. I'll learn it and get back to you. I'll do it at the wedding. But it's basically, just a TikTok dance in the middle of the club. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You got a robot in the mix.
Don't do that.
And then DJs were complaining that, TikTok's going to be taking over dance floors. And I'm thinking,
why not?
And I'm thinking, no. I'm thinking, what's the difference between these guys and your boys that are break dancers that clear the fucking dance floor to get their 2 minutes off? Bro, and now we as DJs have to get back in there and have to get this shit going again because you wanted to do a backflip in the middle of the floor just to impress some people.
I got a love-hate relationship with like dancers, man. Come on, man. It ain't about you.
Not every night in the club is a movie.
I tell my wife all the fucking time.
Not every night in the club is Beat Street.
Exactly, nigga. Shit.
King of the beats.
Man,
trying to battle everybody.
Got a fucking full circle in the middle of the dance. Get the fuck off the floor. What are you doing?
Like, yeah, you know how selfish that is, a break dancer? You just like, I'm going to get my shit off. I'm feeling this is my song. This is everybody's song. Well, let everybody dance. Yeah, how about that?
It ain't about me, and I'm playing the music.
You guys don't care about this TikTok dancers dancing?
No, this dance been going on for a minute.
I embrace it.
Call it.
Yeah.
I fucks with it. Fuck with it. I mean, shit like that, this shit doesn't take up much time because it's, how quick is a TikTok video?
Yeah.
Brother, it puts the energy out
10
there
seconds?
Too. Yeah, that's
so
like
you're
a
doing
drop.
a dance for 10 seconds, people watching you.
That's
hey,
a party
cool,
break.
Cool, let's get it. Everybody else is involved.
Yeah.
That's a party break.
That's different than...
That's be faithful.
Yeah, that's different than someone getting into breakdance and they be like, all right, I got to warm up, make the circle. Like,
and at least these guys are coordinated. They're all on the same page of breakdancer. You might get kicked in the face.
I love that shit. Keep doing that.
I got to shout out Tony Handsome.
He's a breakdancer?
Pre-COVID. God bless you.
Pre-COVID. Was a breakdancer? I'll be like, oh shit, Tony, I know about that.
Pre-COVID.
Rest in peace.
Pre-COVID, Tony would play a TikTok record and then stop it because everybody was like, like didn't have their phone on them.
Yeah.
And so he stopped the record after like 4 bars and
go back.
Restarted. He'd be like, all right. Set up your phone if you want to.
Now's your time.
Yeah.
And then play the TikTok record. And I literally saw 8 different groups doing the same coordinated
Was
dancing.
it the K Camp one?
It might have been K Camp. Yeah.
No, that was when your ex was at the club.
Who's ex?
You.
Huh?
The K Camp song?
No, nigga, not that fucking song. Man. God damn, nigga, why you always gotta bring up old shit?
That wasn't it?
Lottery, nigga.
Yeah, bro.
My bad.
Cut her off was not a TikTok dance.
To some it was.
What's
Ross said.
You seen the scissors in TikTok? That's what it's talking. You know what else killed dance floors? It was before TikTok was cell phones. So what are we talking about?
Yeah, I mean,
all right, moving on from that. Break dancers. This is not an invite to battle. TikTok dancers, please.
Break dancers versus TikTok dancers. I want to see it. Let's go.
Oh,
Someone set it up.
Jesus, no, not at the night I'm spinning. Whenever I get back to it. Not at the night I'm doing.
Oh man.
All right, moving on. We didn't get a chance to say what we want to say to DMX. Rest in peace.
Man, R.I.P. the dog.
R.I.P.
I actually wanted to, growing up in New York, this was like your dude. This was New York's guy in your childhood.
This was,
what you got for us on this?
I mean, DMX was, we already know DMX is a pioneer coming in, and he's a pioneer of this industry. Just, a decent human being. Unfortunately, he experienced some things in life that, sometimes niggas got to go through, and it cut his life short. But the impact that he made on the industry, just not only in New York, but just in the industry, was fucking crazy. No one had, I guess New York was known to have more aggressive rappers or artists, so to say, outside of like NWA. But he was on a whole different level. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at cats like Public Enemy, when they had Flavor Flav and they were kind of in your face and doing all this shit, you know what I'm saying? A couple of other rappers were, kind of kicked back. But when DMX hit the scene, niggas was like, they didn't understand it. They were like, this nigga's, you had Snoop, and Snoop was reference to the whole dog pound and everything, but them niggas wasn't barking in your face or barking on tracks and shit like that. You get what I'm saying? Like, he made that shit cool. Like, niggas, you remember just driving down the street and hearing niggas bark, like, what the fuck, nigga? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, seeing DMX go was heartbreaking, man. Like, it's just, DMX, and then fucking Black Rob too, man. Oh, god damn, bro. Like, and they're so young. They was 51 and 50 years old, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So rest in peace to those guys. Black Rob, same thing with Black Rob. Granted, he didn't have like hits like DMX did, but he still had an impact. You know what I mean? It's just at the time, Diddy wasn't treating his artists the way they needed to be treated. But Black Rob gave us fucking classics. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That first album he had was fucking phenomenal. So shout out to Black Rob. I got to, which was dope. You guys brought this up. Is I did a gig on Sunday, and you gotta love it. Obviously, the unfortunate thing is, they talk about give people their flowers by their hair so they can smell it. You know what I'm saying? And it's been a pattern, an ongoing thing where people will pass away, and we want to reminisce on how great they were when they're gone, as opposed to when they're here. But anyways, I say all that because I was playing this track, and we were again. I've talked about doing this gig, and we're supposed to keep it mellow to a certain extent or whatever. But I was like, people were like, yo, I played a DMX track. I played some of the more mellower DMX tracks, and people were just vibing. I'm like, yo, you got to play some more DMX, man. I was like, fuck it. I was just like, this is going in. and like the place like electrified. Like I mean, I had women just spitting every bar.
Barking.
Just, yo.
Sound like
and I mean, like, they came up to me like, yo. I was like, man, like, I was like, see you.
All of a sudden, everyone had Timberlands on. I know
bro,
what happened.
I was out here like, man, bro, what's good? I was like, but it was dope. It was refreshing, man. The unfortunate thing that we get to play DMX, the unfortunate thing is that it took for him to pass for us to be able to play DMX at a primetime spot or whatever and get that response.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As opposed to it having to be like a old school theme night in order to get that response from a crowd. You know what I'm saying? You're not at 12:45 outside of Rough Riders Anthem. What DMX track are you going to try? Oh yeah, true. Party Up. Outside of the main club tracks, you know what I'm saying? What track are you really going to play that's really going to get them going crazy like that? You know what I'm saying? So be able to do that and it was just refreshing and seeing how everybody loved him, man. But rest in peace, DMX. Rest in peace, Black Mob. How was it for you guys living in LA? Like DMX being.
I remember I was in high school, and I didn't care for the whole DMX thing because they were comparing him to Tupac. Who was gonna be the next Tupac, right? Like because that was a marketing point. And DMX before 50 Cent was that dude. And they were comparing the music and just tabloids doing what they do and magazines and the Source just doing what they do to sell a magazine. And that's why I stayed away from the whole thing. I didn't like that thing. And it's obviously not X's fault, but you couldn't go after football games, every home football game at Poly, you couldn't go in the parking lot without hearing that first album. Yeah. And then everything after that, like it was just nonstop in that parking lot. And which told me and these are my close friends listening to it too. These are OGs that graduated ahead of me for whatever reason, still hanging out in the high school parking lot, but still bumping that music. So I respect it. And obviously as I got older and matured, I was like, yeah, even before passing away, it's like, yo, he's that dude.
Yeah.
And you respect everything about him. But yeah, that's how it was for me in high school. He really was that dude, even though I was like.
For me, it was like middle school. And X was like I remember the first album I got in trouble with, and maybe I'm getting this wrong, but I think the first album that I wanted to buy that I got in trouble with was Crazy Bone. Because my dad was like this super spiritual. He had a Crazy Bones solo album. Mm-hmm. And then I remember buying the first DMX album, and because it didn't have any sort of crazy identification of crazy shit going on, right? I got that through the parental guidance situation. But when Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood dropped, let me tell you, if there was a CD that I've ever had to return, holy shit, bro. That was oh no, you're not. And then you know what my rebuttal was? He prays in the beginning.
Yeah, he does.
I was like, this man prays. And I was like, listen, Dad, listen.
Good point.
But no, X was a huge influence, pre my Nelly days. But X was just I don't know. He was that guy that, I don't know, it was just different. And the energy was there. And it's crazy. It's crazy to see how don't have it anymore.
Yeah, man. It's crazy.
Sean, did you have anything? You grew up in VA when X came out, right?
I was here.
You were out here?
Elementary school. I mean, me and my boy, we're listening to Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Yep.
And we're listening to DMX. And the same thing, I knew I shouldn't have been listening to that shit because I'm elementary school.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what? But I couldn't get away from it. And X is just energy. You know, it's he's the reason, like you said, we got fucking Onyx and fucking Sheck West now. Niggas that scream on records, all that shit, that's DMX, bro. That's
Onyx was before DMX.
Oh, well, Onyx is shit. Then they,
maybe X took a
exactly.
page out of them,
exactly. So, yeah.
Yeah, I have one real quick story before we get out of this. Lico, my barber, was, and obviously you guys know him. He used to be, you got your hair.
Ex-barber?
Ex-barber. So X should have an album coming out one of these days because he was in LA for months recording with Swiss Beats.
Talked about our Drink Champs.
Yeah. So he should have it coming out one of these days. And Lico was hired to keep his beard trimmed, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how much hair he had up top, right? He was bald, right?
Yes, he was, Joe.
Okay. So for whatever reason, Lico was there almost every day with X. And I get a FaceTime from Lico one night, and the music's really loud. I'm like, "What's up, man? What do you want?" And I'm still like trying to get the hang of people FaceTiming when it's like not warranted, right? Like you could have called, like, "What's up?"
Nah, nigga, it's a FaceTime.
Right. No, I get it.
I need to look you in the eyes.
It's intrusive, but I get it. So music's loud, anymore. and then he puts the phone in front of DMX's face. And again, I can't hear what I was like, "Oh, what up, X?" And X is what I thought was rapping. So he's like, sounding like, because what he was saying was going to the beat. So then, we got out of there. I was like, "All right, yeah, Lico, I'll be by tomorrow, cut my hair." So then I go by to get my hair cut. And I was like, "Yo, what song was that?" And we started talking about it. And he said, he wasn't rapping the song. He was talking shit to you. I was like, "Wait, what do you mean?" He's like, he was talking like he was looking at you and making fun of you. I was like, he was making fun of me on the beat? But I kid you not, it sounded and looked like, because he's talking shit. He's like, "Motherfucking weird looking motherfucker." Just like, just going off on me on the beat. But I had no idea, and of course, if I would have known, like, screen record, because through all of Lico's stories, this dude was a loose cannon. Mm-hmm. The way his connection with his son, who was just like a few years old, the way he talked to his son, it was like, it was reality TV. It was so funny. So yeah, that was my only interaction with him talking shit to me or making fun of me.
There you go.
Yeah. I didn't see Verzuz. You guys watched it?
Yo, man.
Good show.
It was dope.
Verzuz was dope.
Yeah.
Verzuz was dope. Method Man and Redman put on an amazing show. Like, they put on a show, and it was dope. Mm-hmm. These cats are 50 and 51 years old, and you would have thought they was 25, bro. Yeah. Like,
the energy was right.
The energy was there from start to finish. They had to force them to take a break. Redman was like, "What? We gonna take a break?" Like, yeah, nigga, go take a break. Go change your clothes and shit like that. They had to do it. Sean actually brought up made a good point. He said it would have been, because they did it on 420. He said it would have been dope if they did, instead of having a Redman versus Method Man, it would have been dope if they did Redman and Method Man versus like a Cypress Hill on 420. Oh, that would have been crazy. I was like, yo, that shit would have been crazy. But
Cypress Hill got joints,
man. That's what I'm saying.
Those first 3-4 albums,
insane. But what I'm saying is, if you take Redman and Method Man's catalog, them together in as individuals,
they were in How High.
You know what I'm saying? And with Cypress Hill, I think
Real
it would have been, it would have been perfect. It would have been perfect. But they did, so they would do a couple back and forth, like they would do 3 or 4 records each, and then they would do one together.
Yeah.
They'd do a couple more, and then they would do one of the ones they did together. So overall, they brought out
Keith Murray.
They brought Keith Murray. Wow. They brought out RZA. They brought out Spectre Deck, EPMD. Who else? I just bunch of cats
and friends
friends, pretty much.
And friends.
Yeah, so they put on a really, really, really good show. Probably one of the best verses that we've seen performance wise.
Yeah.
It was dope. Those fools got so many fucking tracks. Like, oh my god.
This was on Triller?
Yeah. This was on Triller. Yeah. It was on Triller. The quality was great.
Yeah.
Scratch killed it.
Oh, I bet
he was going crazy.
Mm-hmm. What an evolution of Verzuz.
Yeah, it was crazy.
You know Peloton now?
Who?
Verzuz Peloton.
Yeah. Oh, dope.
Yeah.
You can, like, a instructor will do a Verzuz, like a previous Verzuz, and they'll put the playlist compiled into a set.
Oh shit, that's dope.
Mm-hmm. They had an after party too that they screened like on Triller, like Swiss and Tim. So they getting that money.
Yeah.
I can't think of a Method Man album that I would say is a classic, but There Is a Dark Side by Redman. I'd say has to be a top 10 at least. I know there was Muddy Waters before that. That was cool. That was good. But there's a dark side, man. I grew up on that fucking album. But yeah, you can create the argument that Redman is a top 10 or 20, like depending on how, I guess, depending on how you rank. But
like a rapper,
yeah.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I mean,
someone published a theory on why Redman has the best catalog. It's like, you know what? He's got a point. Like he was just never the most popular, but.
And he said, and that's one thing. Like he kind of kept saying, he was just like, he's like, motherfucker better clap for me. I got 3 niggas in here from Jersey. You know, just like, my niggas better clap. What the fuck y'all doing? But and he was saying, he was like, Method Man got all the trick track songs or whatever. You know, his joint with Mary J and what's Shorty's name? Tiana Taylor, bunch of shit. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, Method Man was one of my favorite rappers growing up. You know what I'm saying?
No,
like just growing up, like dude. he was just one of my. Like, I always listen to his shit. So when him and Redman linked up, I said, "Oh, this is gonna be crazy."
Yeah.
And that Blackout album, oh my god.
Yeah.
I listened to that shit like it was part of my religion.
That was a big deal at that time.
I was listening to that shit like it was part of my religion.
That was kind of unheard of. You didn't really see 2 random rappers get together do something like that because if you were a part of a clique, you stayed with the clique.
And they were telling the story about how they linked up and how they got together. And they was just like, we went on tour together and we made a couple of tracks and then we said the rest was history.
What he say in the movie? I smoke weed. He said, y'all smoke weed too. He said, where you meet this nigga? He was like, I saw this money. He said, I saw him. I said, it was good. He said, man, I need money. He said, shit, me too. Me too. That's what it was.
He said, we been getting it ever since. Oh man. Shit. Yeah, but Verzuz, that was, I think, in my opinion, one of the best verses that they've had thus far. Mm-hmm. They've done a really good job, coming a long way, obviously, from, the fucking iPhone, IG Live shit to where they're at now with the full production and sponsorships and everything.
Hold on. Let me backtrack to that movie. The dude had his man crashing on his couch in his dorm.
Yep. Mm-hmm. At Harvard.
At Harvard, that's some unheard of shit. That has to be appreciated. I don't care what era you're in.
Local house, 2nd floor, right on the couch. Man, I love that movie. Bro, speaking of movies and all the hot movies, I was highly upset yesterday that it's 420.
Yeah.
Right? No, none of those, no Hulu, no Netflix, no HBO Max, no nothing. Had a 420 movie catalog for people to be
like. They want to touch that.
Like, yo, my nigga, it's legal, guys. It's legal. It's legal in half the states.
It's not Christmas, guys.
It is. Shit.
The trees are lit.
But I was highly upset. I was like, yo, you know what? Fuck it. Our day was settling down. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's time to roll up, smoke, commence to this 420. I'm like, let's look for
hit the local blockbuster, man.
I'm like, yo, I can't get no free. All these platforms that I pay for, I can't get one free movie. I got to pay for every fucking. I got to pay for How High or Friday or
Harold and Kumar.
Nothing on Netflix and nothing. Like it was
all censored.
I was like, what the fuck, bro? I was like, really? I couldn't get nothing. No Cheech and Chong, nothing. Half Baked. I was like, y'all didn't pay Dave Chappelle so much money, y'all couldn't get this movie included.
I was thinking that too.
Yo, I was like, what the fuck, bro? Man.
I gotta get y'all the streaming link, man.
You got the Fire Stick?
No, this is a link.
Oh shit, son. Send the link over.
Listen,
link up.
Close like 5 ads and 1 porno ad, and you're in.
Oh, good. Let's do it. I'm with it.
Been there.
Just gotta wait.
That's how we watched the Jake Paul massacre.
Same.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that
all
shit
45 seconds.
Yeah, that shit was embarrassing.
All right, moving on. Nas Coinbase.
Man.
Nas came up, baby.
Shout out to hip hop.
Yeah, he deserves more than our last topic, but we're here. So got to show him his flowers. He's done some amazing things. I think a lot of people praise Mr. Sean Carter at a different level when it comes to business and everything else, but I think
it's funny. You can't talk about Nas without mentioning Jay-Z. It's just they just go hand.
I'm just saying.
I know.
You can talk about Jay-Z without talking about Nas.
True.
That's true.
But I think you just because he's like because who else you put other Puff?
Yeah.
But I don't think people put Puff at the level of Jay
because I think it was before. I think you're saying businessman wise.
Yeah.
Nah. Yeah. I mean, I would.
Yeah,
you do.
I would, and I would say because of the longevity for Puff, because he started this business shit way before.
Yeah, but okay, so I'm gonna say the caliber of business.
Now?
Yes.
No. Yeah. I'll put Jay above.
I don't but Diddy has Revolt. That's a
no.
network.
I hear you on what.
That's a stream.
I hear you on. I'm in total agreement of the brands that Puff is affiliated and aligned with, and his ownership of those brands.
Definitely,
I understand that, but I could own 100 businesses that each do $1 million, and then all I need is one business to do $200 million, and it'll eclipse all of that when it comes to financial success or business success. So that's the only point I'm coming from.
Okay.
So I think Hove gets that crown a lot because, I mean, he's done some large business deals. I don't know Diddy's ownership of Ciroc. It might be 100%, but, you know, Ace of Spades just sold to LVMH, and he's partners with LVMH, which is like a huge deal. So Jay's doing large. He just got in the cannabis game with Monogram. So like he's doing a lot of big deals. And I can only imagine what his assets are worth, right? Like art and whatever.
Jesus. His watch collection alone is fucking stupid.
But Nas invested in Coinbase when the company was worth $1.6 billion. It was worth $1.6 billion, I believe, at the time. Or maybe it was even earlier than that. That might have been KD's investment at the time. I think they were worth $500,000. Oh, no, sorry. $500 million.
Okay.
When he invested. And you might be able to find this, but he essentially, I don't know if they broke down how much he invested, but I believe his investment should have been worth $100 million when this all got said and done.
Good for Nas, man. Listen, that man having a great 2021.
Yeah, and this is fresh off of, shout out to
Album of the Year,
QVP, or the QBVP. Queensbridge Venture Partners, Buddy D, Murthy and Anon Murthy, and shout out to Anthony Saleh, who manages Nas and Future and Gunna. You know, he's been in the tech space for a long time. You guys could, if you guys don't listen to this podcast group chat where D and Anon are part of, they speak about, you know, some of their investments and some of the different things that they've been involved in, and Nas has been a part of, you know, Ring's exit when they got purchased by Amazon. They were part of Casper, Dropbox, Coinbase. What was the most recent one that there was I think there was another exit he had that came out.
Coupon.
I don't think Nas was a part of that. I think
that was just Anon.
Yeah. But like, you know, Nas has been a part of some amazing investments.
Yeah.
And so big ups to him, because I think that officially put him up there as it is. And he's tied into a bunch of other companies that, you know, are going to see some huge returns, I would think.
Yeah. Shit, man. Dope. Good for Nas, man.
Yeah. With Coinbase shares being around $1 at the time, his early 2013 investment, if Nas purchased 500,000 shares, he could be seeing a return of around 165 million.
That's crazy.
Long crypto forever in sickness and in health.
And that's in what, 7 years, 8 years?
Huh?
8 years.
You said 2013? Yeah, 8 years?
Yeah.
Jesus, bro.
Hey, but that should let you know, man. Like, you know, some people
gotta be in there for the long run.
They want to buy Dogecoin and be rich by tomorrow.
Like,
you know, like, man. And then, you know, guys like Nas and or even people getting into the stock business, right? Like buying shares, like you buy a Tesla share and you hope that it's just gonna go to the moon. But like the reality is, you know, a lot of portfolios, especially right now, like could be in the red because the market was hot. It's cooled down. Like there's a lot in the air, but if you really look and you zoom out, you know, you'll see that year after year, things continue to progress. There's going to be some downtimes, but you gotta, you know, I think I was listening to a certain stock person and they were just talking about Home Depot and how this guy invested in 2008 or something like that, or 2010. And, you know, he had certain small return and the stock is up 1,400% from that point.
Yeah.
But he got out.
He got out.
Right. And then, but it's hard to get there because at the same time, when you get from 2010 to present day on a 1,400% return, there was definitely a time when that stock dipped 70% for a year. So how like to have the balls to hold, you know, that's the difference between, you know, that generational wealth, I think sometimes.
Yeah,
man.
Think long game.
Think long. All right, we are done here. We want to say once again, shout out to Marco Penta for the great set last week.
Yes,
and this week we got Jesse Jess from Boston. You guys may know him from Big Night Entertainment, the Grand Memoir Shrine, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I'll be going with him. So look out for that mix. And that's a wrap for us.
Peace.
Peace.